Hello friends, welcome again back to a new tutorial. How you all doing, guys? I hope you're all good. Hope you're doing great. I hope you're generally fine, guys. Today I want to show you how to make a detailed tutorial on how to cut and sew your trouser. Yes, guys, look how to do this one. This is going to have a front pocket, a zip fly. It's a detailed one, guys, so let's get to it. So this is the fabric I'm going to be working with. Yes, and I have my working tools alongside. Now what I'm going to do, of course, is to go ahead and lay my fabrics on the table so we can get started. Okay, yes, so I'm going to be cutting out for the front piece first, like I have here. Now the full length I am working with is going to be 41 inches for the full length. Then I'm going to have extra 2 inches for hemming on the lowest part, and that's going to make it what 43. Now to know the width of my fold, I just divided the hip circumference into 4 and added about 5 to 6 inches to it, and this fold was enough to give me what my front piece. Now I went ahead now to indicate the vertical lines. First of all, I marked what the full length of the pan there, and also marked what the extra 2 inches for hemming. Okay, then after that I continued marking what for the other vertical lines. Now for the other vertical lines, to place the tape at the top, which represent the waistline, then I'll mark what the hip line at 9 inches. That's the first line we're going to mark there, hip line at 9. Then the next is going to be the crotch depth. For me to get my crotch depth, I divided my hip circumference into 4, and that was 11. Okay, which is all good to go, but I decided to add extra 2 inches for mine. You can add 1 inches, you can add 2 inches, depending on how hippie the person is. Okay, but I decided to go for 2 inches. Okay, and so that 2 inches was 11, and that was gave me what my 13 inches for my crotch depth. Now for the new length is 20 inches. I marked that at 20 inches there. That's the next line. The next is going to be the calf. Now the calf is the fuller part of the leg below the knee, and that's like 4.5 to 5 inches apart. So I marked 5 inches from the knee length, and that gave me what my calf length. Okay, now the next, of course, is the full length of the pant. So still going ahead to indicate all these lines, the hip line at 9, the crotch depth at what 13. Remember, hip divided by 4 plus 2 inches. Then the knee at 20. The calf, I added 5 inches to the knee, that is at 25. Then the full length of the pants, and of course the hemming allowance. Okay, yes, don't forget what I said for the crotch depth. Okay, if you want yours all fitted, all firm, now you can just leave it at hip divided by 4, or you can choose to add just 1 inches. But I usually like just slight ease on my pants, and that is why I added 2 inches extra for that crotch depth. Okay, yes, so you can see I have it all cut out and I have labeled it already. Now the next thing we're going to do now is to come to that hip line. I will indicate my hip circumference, which is 44. Divided by 4, I have 11. I am going to add extra 3 inches. Yes, that is me again. I'm adding 3 inches because, like I said, I always like a little bit of ease. You see on my crotch depth, I put ease there. On the side, I also put a bit of ease. If you look at the thumbnail there, you can see it's not all tight and fitted. That's how I want my pants. Okay, yes, so you can do 2 inches if you want it all fitted, but I choose to add 3 inches, and that's what I marked on my hip line, on the crotch line, and also on the waistline. Now the next thing I'll do now is to come to the lowest part. I'm going to move up by 2 inches. What we want to do now is to create what I call the side shape. Then I'll come to the knee line. I will move upwards by 1.5 inches. Just take note of what I'm doing. 2 inches on the lowest part, 1.5 inches upward on the knee line. Okay, now on the waistline, this is the time to now fix the waist measurement. From that line we have already drafted that, I will now take my waist measurement, which is 36, divided by 4, and that is 9. I will still add my 3 inches because that is what I am adding, 3 inches. That makes it what 12, right? So from that line we already drawn there, I will now mark what's my waistline. So you can see this now. So what we're going to do now is to connect what we have on that waist point we just marked down, connect it to what? The new line, that 1.5 inches we marked on the knee line. Connect it to the hip, then to the new, down to the length of the trouser, and that will be it, guys. So it will give us what? The side shape what? Of our pant trouser, just like you see me connecting all the points together. Honestly, there's nothing difficult here at all. If there's any way you're a bit confused, just go over it again. I'm very sure you get it right. So you can see our side shape is already, and every other measurement that will come in will start from those lines. Okay, now on the crotch line, now we are going to now fix what we call the tie. Okay, the tie there, which is the round tie, is, for me, it was 28. It was actually 27, but I just decided to add 1 inches to mine. That made it 28. Now divided it by 2, and that is what? 14. After that, I now added extra 2 inches again. That extra 2 inches is what gave me what? My crotch curve. I'm just trying to align the curve properly. I just measured what I have on the other horizontal part so that I can now what? Create my curve. You can see what I'm doing. Okay, now you know that every other measurement aside the hip and the waist, which was divided by 4, every other one now will be divided by 2, and that's what we just did. The tie was 28 divided by 2, added 2 inches, which gave me my crotch. Okay, now for the new, now the round new for me was 18. Okay, remember everything is starting from that line. The round knee for me was 18, divided it by 2, and I had what? 9 inches. I will go ahead and still mark the extra what? 3 inches, which I choose to add for my own allowance. Okay, 3 inches. Now I've been adding 3 inches from the waist to the hip. Down here, I'm also adding my 3 inches. That's what I choose. Whatever you choose, you use it all the way to the end. Okay, 3 inches. Then for the calf, for me, the round calf was 16 divided by 2, that's 8. Went ahead to still add my extra what? 3 inches right there. You can see this now. Then for the round ankle, okay, what for me was 14 divided by 2, and that was 7 inches. We went ahead to mark that down and mark 3 inches. So I did a short video on how to take a measurement for the trouser. Okay, it's a very short video. Okay, you can go ahead and watch it. I'll link it up in the description box as well. Okay, just a very easy one. Once you get it right, of course, cutting your trouser is very, very easy, right? Yes. So going ahead now to connect all this point together, and guys, we have just done with the drafting what as our trousers. You can see this, guys, is all looking good right now. So that's it. So that's it on how to draft this one. You can see this now. So just going ahead to cut. So when I was cutting, I just remember that I needed to add 1 inches on the top there. I need to take away 1 inches from the front pants. Remember, our front, the back pants is higher than the front. So the front pants, I'm going down by 1 inch. So I'm taking away 1 inches there. I'll go ahead and mark that down. Then I'll slide it to the edge, but I'm not going to cut that out yet. Okay, I'm just leaving it there for the moment. When I'm done cutting the back piece, then I can now cut it out. You can see this. So I'll go ahead now with what? My cutting, guys. Okay, at this point, please hit the subscribe button. Yes, guys, go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you've not done that. Remember to like, share, on the notification bell so you always get notified whenever I upload my weekly content on this channel. Okay, don't just watch and go. Like, share with your sewing communities. I will really appreciate this. Thank you so much. Now for the back piece, I placed it over on my fabric. You can see this now. So what we are going to do for this back piece now, like I said, the back is going to be higher, so I just needed to trim off that edge from the front there so you don't get us confused in any way. You can see that I still have my 1 inches drafted out below that top of the front piece. We'll cut that out later. Now on the crotch depth there, I will now add 2.5 inches, okay, from the already front piece. You can see me extending my crotch depth by 2.5, while for every other part I'll be extending it by 2 inches. The crotch was extended by 2.5 for the back, while the other sides were extended by 2 inches, just like you see me marking that down. So I'm just following that shape all the way. So once I do that, I'll go ahead now and connect it all together. You can see this now. Now on the hip line, I'll also extend it by 2 inches also, okay? Then I'll connect it from that crotch again. Then I'll just blend it upward towards 0.5 inches. It doesn't have to really be 2 inches all the way to the edge there, but I'll just blend it. That's I'm using my free hand to do that. Just blend it up because it's about 0.5 inches upward. Now, knowing that the back is higher, I will extend the back now by what? 1.5. That's why I didn't cut out that front piece first. I needed to extend it by 1.5. You can see this now. Then I'll go ahead and blend it. So you can see this. I'll go ahead and align it to the edge of the trouser. You can see this as well. And guys, that is it. We are just done drafting for the back piece. So what I did was to fold my front piece into two and give it a notch. I'm going to use that part as my dart line. When you're sewing your dart, you can sew about 5 inches down, and that will be okay. Yes, I'm extending it to the back side so I can also notch it as well when I am cutting for the dart as well. So going ahead to cut out for the back piece, I had to notch that side I just indicated for the back piece as well. You can see this. Then I'll continue cutting the entire piece out, okay? Yes, so starting from the lowest part. Guys, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe if you've not done that. Please hit that subscribe button, okay? I appreciate this a lot. Like, share with friends, share with your sewing communities. This will go a long way to help this channel, okay? Thank you so much for always riding with me, and I appreciate this. Thank you as always. All right, so we have this all drafted out. So now I can now cut off that part, okay, for the front piece. You can see I'm now taking off that 1 inches we marked below the front piece. And at this point, our trouser cutting is ready, guys. Yes, it's that simple. It's ready. We're done. We're done with it, guys. And this is how this looks. So the next thing, of course, will be now to go ahead and join our entire piece together. Now, what I did, because I didn't want this video to be so lengthy, I mean, you can already see how many minutes we have on this one already. So I did a separate video for the fixing of the pockets and also for the zip fly, okay? Yes, I'll be attaching those videos later on. You can go ahead and watch it as well for the fixing of the pockets and the zip fly. So the next thing you're going to be seeing now is we'll just go ahead and join the sides. So I'll go ahead and fix that. Afterwards, then we can just join the sides together. I hope you understand. Yes, guys, so bear with me for that. All right, so at this point, I've gone ahead to fix my pockets. You can see this, and I've also done my zip fly. You can see how the pocket looks. It's a very, very simple and short one, okay? And my darts have all been fixed, okay, as well. So that's it here. You can see my zip fly. It's a very easy, short and detailed one. Don't worry, guys, it's not difficult at all. So now that we have it all ready at this point, now you can see the back piece now. What I'll do now is to go ahead and join the crotch for the back piece. So I just use my pin to quickly demonstrate that as well. So once you're done joining the crotch for the back, you can already see how it will turn out. You can see how it's looking already. Then I can now place my front over the back. So just place it and align it very well. What we're going to do now is to join the sides, okay? Yes, now having in mind that the back is usually wider than the front, right? So you just bring it together, and sew. Once you take your measurement, just sew it all the way, but I advise you sew from the down part so that it will align very well, and you do the same thing for the other side. So I'll go ahead and join the sides. So after joining the sides, then I'll also bring the crotch together, just align the crotch and sew it as well. So from that crotch line from one point there to the other end, and you do the same thing for the other side as well. Okay, then after that, I'll also go ahead and hem the lowest part, and that will be ready. Our pant is almost ready. So when we finish this up, the final thing to do was we should fix the band. Now, once this was done, you can already see how this turned out. Everything has been fixed. The hemline, the side, you can see everything is in place. This is looking all good right now, right? Yeah, so the next thing, of course, to do, and the final thing will be to fix the band for this one. Yes, so I've not really given this a good press now, but I'll be doing that much later. Okay, yes. So to fix my band now, I'm going to be using on this plain fabric. So this is what I have here. I've already ironed my interfacing on it already, and what I have here is about 3 inches in width. Okay, 3 inches in width. So I'm going to go ahead now and what start sewing. I'm going to be sewing from the part that does not overlap. Okay, on the part that does not overlap, and I'll be sewing from the inside, which means the right side of my band is going to be facing the wrong side of my pants. Now watch the way I'm sewing. I'm going to sew in such a way that I will leave about 1 inches from my band there, 1 inches, then I'm going to fold it in. Just watch I'm doing. You can see this. So you fold it in like so, and you go ahead and start sewing. I'm just using my pin to demonstrate just a little bit so you can see how this will look. So once you started up like that by folding in that 1 inches, you just continue sewing it all the way. Just keep doing it, like sewing all the way till you get to the other end of the other side. So you're going to be leaving some excesses, but of course when we're done, I'm going to show you how much of an excesses you're going to leave on the other side as well. So I'll go ahead and finish all this up, and of course by the time you're done, you already see what the startup line is looking like. So I'll finish this up now. And when I was done, guys, you can see how this looks now, right? You can see the sewing has gone round, and you can see they will have some excesses at the edge there, but I don't need much of this excess. All I need is about 3 inches excesses. Okay, 3 inches excess is what I need. So I'll go ahead and cut that out. Now these 3 inches excesses I have now, I'm going to be folding it again, just following what I'm doing. Just fold it in such a way that you sew like about, just it will just overlap at 0.5 inches, which means what will be protruding out will be like 2 inches. 1.5 or 2 inches will be protruding out. You can see this now. Yeah, so that's just what you're going to do. So once you're done sewing this now, so this overlapping part is what you now use to lock up the trouser by fixing in a skirt hook or even a pressing button. You can see this now. So once you're done sewing that, you can already see, you can now turn it all to the front, I mean the band, and start top stitching on the right side. We sewed from the wrong side. Now we are now going to start sewing it out on the right side by top stitching. Just take it all round to the other end, and that will be it. So when I use my pin to hold some part, you can already see how it will look. So that overlapping part, this is how it will be. So you go ahead and attach a pressing button, a button, or even a skirt hook, and that will be it. And that's it, guys. That's it on how to do this one. Thank you so much, guys. Like, we've come to the end of the cutting and sewing of this trouser, and I hope you really find this helpful. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done that. Like, share with friends. Don't just watch and go. Share with friends, share with your sewing communities. I will really appreciate it. If you have any questions, suggestion, please feel free to drop it in the comment section. Thank you for always riding with me. If you're new here, I also want to appreciate you. Thank you, guys. See you on the next one. Bye.